grind. Whatever.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. We'll try it. Hopefully that works.
I'll just hang out with you because it's been like years. I know.
Sorry.
Yes,
Hey, can
now
you
we
hear
went
the
to
song when I
elementary
play it?
school together.
Yeah.
We were in like 3rd grade
Hello?
together or something like that.
Yeah,
Something like
sounds about right.
Well, I'm gonna get out of the way so y'all can talk about it.
Okay, well I can't play it while I'm on the phone.
Cool.
So during
But if I hang
halftime,
up-
you're gonna talk
Okay.
about stuff.
Yeah, I'll just
Okay.
talk a little bit about stuff. So you don't have to read anything. You just
Do you want to do it during halftime of the first game or the
it would have
the
to be
space
the
between?
first game because I have to go and do another thing like
Okay,
at
awesome.
7-ish. So I'm gonna
Anything?
have to probably leave like after I talk.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like
It's
I
not
said,
working. That's fine.
You know, I'm trying to get the team here, but they're like they told me literally like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, I can't get a bunch of adults together in 2 weeks. What the hell is that?
What's up?
I was just gonna try to help with the sound.
Let me make sure everything's.
Everything's turned on. Mics are going.
Was the music on the
I had it
phone
plugged
up
in.
all the
Yeah.
way?
Yeah. It's up.
Where
all the
where
way.
did you have it plugged in
So
at?
into here.
What is this running to though?
It's this.
Okay, so you're.
If you want, I have
Oh, okay. No, hold up.
It's okay. This is probably like should be the least of our worries.
Hit play. Hit play.
Woo.
There you go.
We normally do it through Bluetooth. Okay, it's playing through there.
Not playing through the. Hold on.
It's okay. That's okay. I think we should just get things moving.
There we go. There we go.
Oh,
we
got
got
it? Amazing. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So you're going to hit play when.
Yep.
Let me open it just in case so it doesn't like. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Still doing the thing.
Where are our?
Nothing else is happening. I mean, still doing everything I've been doing before COVID.
Where's my other bout one roster? Yes, I heard you. Where's my other bout one roster? Bout two. Don't need that yet. Bout one coaches, bout one officials, skaters. Okay.
I am still waiting on a copy of the about 2 blue team roster.
Okay. Okay. Well, we need to get this underway. They're lined up. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentle thems, humans of all shapes and sizes, welcome to Roller Derby!
We have got 2 excellent games going on tonight. We cannot wait to see what's going to happen out there on the track.
Coming out first tonight, we've got, we've got our Rebel Scum team in the white. Yes.
Number 007, Doppelganger.
I can't read it.
Number 1354, Razzmatazz. Number 177, Slam Band. Number 23, Orange Crush. Number 224, Fearless George. Number 275, Cersei Slamister.
And now, put your hands together for your very own Wasatch Roller Derby.
Wearing blue, we've got number 000, Booty Queen. Number 1039, Lavender Menace. 1472, it's Paralyzer. Number 22, Off the Rails. Number 25, Knuckles. 254, it's Ultraviolet. Number 314 on the couch, Bip. Number 37, it's Bishop. 444, Heartbreaker. 569, it's Fruits Max. Number 4, Phoenix. Number 80, it's Infinite Loop. Number 89, Apollo. And number 93, it's Devil's Ivy. Wearing the blue, that is Wasatch Roller Derby.
And let's have a little bit of a hand for our officials tonight, too. Just put your hands together, say thank you, officials.
I see the officials are supporting their school colors tonight. And so you know, up here in the announce booth, I am Lulu Carew.
And I am Johnny Crass. Nice to meet y'all.
There's a Midnight Terror.
Both teams lined up, ready to go. We are just waiting on our head ref. And taking the initial jam for the Midnight Terror, it's Apollo, number 89.
Number 807, Hell's Bell, on the line for the world. Apollo jumping out on the inside, and lead jammer, Apollo.
Hell's Bells getting caught up, set outside on the outside, but steps through. Makes it through the pack, but is not lead. Apollo having to come back in behind the pack. Gets knocked right out. Okay.
Furious George lining up for the world.
Infinite Loop out there for the Midnight Terror.
Let's switch because I can read this better than you can.
Jumper's off the line.
Furious George dealing with the Wasatch front right in front of her. Cannot break through the front of the pack.
Lead jammer, Infinite Loop.
Furious George getting sent out to the outside. Has to come back in way behind the pack. Infinite Loop having a hard time breaking through the front of the pack. Furious George caught up at the back. And Infinite Loop breaks through. Infinite Loop breaking through once again, picking up 4 more points for the Midnight Terror. And Infinite Loop calling off the jam before Furious George can rack up any points. Towing the line for the white team, it's Orange Crush, number 23.
Double Ivy up there, towing the line. Number 4, the Midnight Terror.
Ivy tiptoeing her way around the outside, breaks through, picks up lead jammer for the Midnight Terror. Orange Crush. Oh, just tiptoes around the front, breaks through the front of the pack. As Ivy re-engaging the pack, looking to pick up some points here. Ivy calling off the jam as she sees the opposing jammer approaching the pack. 2 points picked up for Ivy. Score stands Midnight Terror 13 versus the World at 0. Number 72, Indecision, out there skating for the World.
Knuckles wearing the blue star. Knuckles trying to push her way through that tripod in white. Looking around the outside, the jammer. Knuckles for the Midnight Terror.
Indecision still caught up at the top of the turn, having to come in behind the pack. In the meantime, Knuckles just threading straight through the pack, picking up 4 points for the Midnight Terror. Indecision out in front as Knuckles calls off the jam.
Knuckles sending out another no points for the World.
Let's see that. Hell's Bell out there wearing the star for the white team, number 807.
Apollo, break 9, jamming for the Midnight Terror.
Apollo tiptoeing and high stepping right through the inside, picks up lead jammer. And Apollo making a big leap through the inside of the key. Gets a cutting the track penalty for that. Apollo heading straight to the penalty box. That leaves the white team out there with the only jammer on the track. Chance for white team to pick up some much needed points. Pack at a standstill and they let her right through. Picked up 4 points for the white team. Hell's Bell, oh, taking a big hit, going to the ground, tries to call off the jam, but is not the lead jammer. That would be Apollo, who just broke through the front of the pack, picks up 4 points.
Midnight Terror doing an excellent job at blocking Hell's Bell.
Apollo up front trying to force the split pack, trying to push that pack in front of him. And Apollo breaking through, 4 points for Apollo.
Apollo takes advantage of the outside of the lane and he picks up another 4 points.
Hell's Bell still just caught up at the back of the pack, the Wasatch front, not letting her break through.
Another 4 points for Apollo.
And that's the end of the jam.
Ooh, 12 points picked up by Apollo in that jam. The World finally on the board as well with 12 points to 33. Midnight Terror.
Number 23-24, Furious George wearing the star for the white team.
Infinite Loop. Jamming low. Infinite Loop takes advantage into the hole and busts on through. Lead jammer can't live.
In the meantime, Furious George getting sent to the penalty box. White team without a jammer right now. Infinite Loop trying to break through the front of the pack. Oh, takes a big shoulder, goes down. Infinite Loop finally breaking through, picking up 4 points for the Midnight Terror.
Infinite Terror there getting, Infinite Loop there getting help from Booty Queen.
And both white players on penalty now back on the track. Furious George trying to break through the back of the pack. Infinite Loop calling off the jam, 4 points. Score currently 41-12. Your own Midnight Terror in the lead.
Number 93, Devil's Ivy lining up for the Midnight Terror.
Orange Crush wearing the star for the white team. Both jammers getting sent back and forth across the track. Big booty blocks all around. Ivy breaking through the front, picks up lead jammer.
Orange Crush gets sent out, has to come in behind the blocker and sent her out. She simply cannot seem to get through.
Ivy running into that tripod of white at the back of the pack. Both jammers break through the front of the pack. 4 points picked up for Ivy, nothing for Orange Crush yet. That was
Orange Crush is just starting on her scoring run.
And Ivy calling that off with 1 point picked up for each team on that final pass. Indecision, number 72, toeing the line for the white team.
Knuckles right the star for the Midnight Terror. Jammers up the line. Knuckles is hung up in that tripod of white.
In the meantime, Indecision breaking through becomes lead jammer. Knuckles also finally free of the pack. Indecision calling off the jam as she sees the opposing jammer coming up behind her and not finding a way into the pack. Got number 807, Hell's Bell, jamming for the white team.
And Apollo, number 89, up on the line. That's through. Apollo locking Hell's Bell.
Apollo dealing with that tripod. Razzmatazz holding Apollo back. Apollo getting sent all over the place. In the meantime, Hell's Bell breaks through, picks up lead jammer for the white team.
Apollo breaks through.
Hell's Bell getting sent out to the outside, looking for a line. Can't find one and calls off the jam, shutting out Apollo. 2 points for Hell's Bell.
That's it. It's the cross strategically.
Strategery, it's very important in roller derby. 23-24, Furious George up jamming next for the white team.
Infinite Loop. Jamming for blue.
Infinite Loop breaking through, picking up lead jammer. Furious George gets a cutting the track penalty, getting sent to the penalty box.
Bad news for the world. You can't get points when you're sitting in the box.
Chance for Wasatch to extend their lead here. Wasatch picking up 4 points that pass.
Until it breaks through after dealing with that tripod of white. 4 points.
Furious George out of the penalty box, gets knocked down on the inside, has to come back in behind the pack. Oh, Furious George looking for a line on the outside, also gets knocked down, has to come back in behind the pack. In the meantime, Infinite Loop not finding a way through that wall of white.
Infinite Loop calls off the jam.
Orange Crush jamming for the white team.
Double Ivy, number 93, wearing the star for the blue.
Orange Crush tiptoeing around the inside, runs into some blue defense up front, gets sent out to the outside. In the meantime, Ivy gets that way back, has to come back in behind the back. Orange Crush breaking through the front of the pack, picks up lead jammer, Orange Crush. Ivy finally through the pack herself. Orange Crush trying to cut through the inside, sent down to her knees. Orange Crush calling off the jam as Ivy approaches the pack, but not before Ivy can pick up a point. Score with just over 15 minutes left in the first period. Midnight Terror 58, The World 19.
Knuckles, number 25, wearing the star for blue.
Number 72, Indecision, toeing the line for the white team. Indecision trying to make her way around the front, getting sent out to the inside.
Knuckles breaks through. Lead jammer, Knuckles.
Indecision almost through the front of the pack, but then sets a foot on the inside, has to come back in, back behind, sends Knuckles to the floor.
I think that looked like an accidental booty block.
Indecision finally breaking through. Wasatch Jammer going to the penalty box. White team with a big chance to pick up points. Wasatch getting another player sent to the penalty box for that big shoulder block on the inside. Number 72, Indecision, in a spot to pick up a lot of points here. Breaks through the front of the pack, picks up 4 more points for the World. Indecision running into the Wasatch front, way up there at the front of the pack. They are not letting her through. And Indecision finally breaking through, picking up 4 more points.
Indecision again, engaging the pack. Number 314 is sending Indecision way out. And way back. And that's the end of that jam.
4 more points picked up for Wasatch. That last jam. Current score is 66-28. Midnight Terror in the lead. Number 807, Hell's Bell, out there jamming once again for the world.
And Apollo towing the line for the Midnight Terror. Apollo takes advantage of that hole on the outside, busts through lead jammer Apollo.
Hell's Bell running into a wall of blue up at the front of the pack. In the meantime, Apollo trying to sneak by on the outside, gets sent out. He has to come back in behind the pack. Hell's Bell finally breaking through the front of the pack.
Apollo calls it off.
2 points picked up for Apollo. 3 points picked up for Apollo before calling off that jam. Number 2324, Furious George. We're in.
Luke, number 80.
Furious George getting sent down hard to the inside, come back in behind the pack. Infinite Loop having a hard time breaking into the back of the pack. It's looking like a rugby scrum out there. And Infinite Loop breaking free, picking up lead jammer for the Midnight Terror. Furious George still dealing with a wall of blue up at the front, sending Furious George out to the inside. Furious George coming back to the beginning of the straightaway.
Once again, Booty Queen putting in an excellent block to push Furious George back.
But Furious George sneaks around on the outside. Infinite Loop calling off the jam for the Midnight Terror, picking up 4 more points. Just under 10 minutes left in the first period. Score, Midnight Terror 73, the World 28. Are you alive out there, audience? Let's hear some noise. All right.
Somebody's alive anyway.
These skaters are skating their hearts out. Show them some appreciation. Orange Crush out there wearing the star for the white team.
Doubles Ivy jamming through blue. Doubles Ivy looking for a pass through.
Orange Crush running up against stiff defense up at the front of the pack. Ivy breaking through on the outside, picks up lead jammer. Orange Crush taking a lot of hits to the kidneys out there. Doesn't look very comfortable.
Take the practice, throw it hard.
And no pack being called. They have to let Orange Crush free. Jam called off. 2 more points picked up from Midnight Terror. Nothing for the World.
Knuckles, number 25, wearing a star for blue.
Hell's Bell out there wearing star for the white team.
Knuckles stuck away at the back. Hell's Bell not having much more look at the front. cutting the track. Knuckles down there on the outside. 4 points for the Midnight Terror and Knuckles.
Knuckles tiptoeing away around the top of the key. Breaks through, picks up 4 more points for the Wasatch Midnight Terror.
Knuckles looking to do it a third time. But I think that white team is on to her. Sneaky ways, jumps right on the inside. Knuckles calls off the jam with another 4 points for the Midnight Terror.
Six and a half minutes left in the first period. 87-28, Midnight Terror in the lead. Furious George toeing the line for the world.
Apollo wearing the star for the Midnight Terror.
Sounds like we've got some Furious George fans out there.
Looks like it. Apollo throws some muscle into it and busts through. Lead jammer, Apollo.
Furious George getting sent to the penalty box.
Looks like we've got a power jam.
Power jam.
This is not good for the world. I think having Apollo doing the power jam out there is going to really, really drive up that lead.
Apollo juking and jiving, stepping right through, picking up 5 more points for the Midnight Terror.
4 points.
4 points. I come from a time when roller derby had 5 points.
Apollo gets sent out. Has to come back in behind. I think that's Apollo Cthulhu.
Apollo calling off the jam after 4 more points.
Blue timeout. And it's time for the refs to take a picture. Aww. Make sure that picture's in black and white.
We've got, once again, 72 indecision, wearing the star for the world. Indecision having a hard time up at the front of the back.
Infinite Loop getting bounced around like a pinball.
Infinite Loop getting tripped, going down hard, but breaks through the front of the back, picks up lead jammer, Infinite Loop. The Infinite Loop picking up 4 more points for the Midnight Terror. Indecision, having a hard time breaking through the front of the pack. Big wall of blue up at front. Indecision steps around on the inside. An infinite loop calling off the jam from her knees. 6 more points picked up from the Midnight Terror. That jam, 105-28. 3 minutes left in the first period.
Doubles Ivy out there once again, wearing the star for the blue.
Orange Crush, jamming for the white team.
Doubles Ivy breaks through first lead jammer for Midnight Terror.
Orange Crush getting sent to the penalty box for cutting the track. I think she thought she was clear of the pack, but she must have stepped outside. Ivy, in the meantime, picking up 4 more points for the Wasatch Terror.
There's only one jammer on the track. Ivy skating right around that very thin edge on the outside. 4 points for the Midnight Terror.
Ivy getting sent back and forth, trying to break through the front of this pack. In the meantime, Orange Crush tiptoeing through on the outside, but taking the big booty blocks from number 314. Oh, Orange Crush just keeps getting sent out to the outside, and Ivy calling off the jam.
There's a big jam from Midnight Terror there. Current score 118, Midnight Terror 28 world.
Number 807, Hell's Bells. Out there skating for the white team.
Knuckles jamming for the blue. Knuckles find that inside line. They were right up for. She breaks through the jammer.
Hell's Bell trying to reach through the pack. And we have a star pass. Hell's Bell passing the star to number 50, Slam I Am. Knuckles calling off the jam with 4 points.
Hollow taking the star for Midnight Terror.
Furious George once again for the world. Furious George tiptoeing around the inside, picks up lead jammer, Furious George.
Hollow breaks through.
Furious George going down to all fours on the far corner. Furious George trying to find a line through. Apollo sneaks around the outside, picks up 4 points. Furious George getting sent out to the inside. Furious George up there dealing with Fishhook and getting sent way to the back of the pack.
White putting up the lock on Apollo, but he breaks through anyway. Another 4 points for Apollo and the Midnight Terror. And Furious George calls it off.
8 points picked up there for Apollo, 4 for Furious George. And that is the end of our first period. We're in intermission. We've got a special guest here with us from Cheer Salt Lake. And as the refs take the field, we are ready to get period 2 underway. Starting off for the world, it's 807 Hell's Bell.
Looks like number 569, Fruit Snacks.
Both teams' defenses forming up on a tripod. Both jammers running right into those tripods, but Hell's Bells breaks through, does not pick up lead jammer, gets sent to the penalty box.
Looks like Fruit Snacks breaks through. Also not Lee Jammer. We're gonna have a full 2-minute jam here.
Oh, correction on the field. Smacks is lead jammer. Little confusion from the refs there, but we got it figured out.
Fruit Snacks will get the penalty box.
Which immediately ejects Hell's Bell back into the game. Hell's Bell running into the wall of blue at the back of the pack. Hell's Bell having a hard time out there off the rails. Finally letting Hell's Bell through. Both jammers now back in the game.
Fruit Snacks puts it down hard on the inside.
Hell's Bell once again going to the penalty box.
Fruit Snacks takes advantage of that hole and breaks through on the inside. Points for the Midnight Terror.
Fruit Smacks looking for some assistance, trying to break through on the inside.
White blockers not want to take Snacks through, but they have to. Just to jam in.
Looks like 4 more points picked up there for Fruit Smacks.
Bishop taking the star for Midnight Terror.
Looks like Hell's Bells, number 807, still in the penalty box for the world. Fishhook breaking through at the front of the pack, picks up lead jammer, Fishhook.
It's almost as if she was angling for that lead jammer position. I know, on a scale where 1 to 10, that was a 0.
You're really fishing for compliments here, aren't you? Speaking of compliments, Fishhook breaking through, picking up 4 points. Hell's Bell breaking through. Fishhook calling off the jam. 4 more points picked up there for Fishhook. Hell's Bell shut out. Current score 146 to 32. Midnight Terror with a healthy lead.
Ultra Violet number 254, wearing the star for Midnight Terror.
Orange Crush wearing the star for the world.
Ultra Violet getting battered around by the white blockers, but breaks through. Ultra Violet lead, jammer.
Orange Crush having a hard time breaking through the Wasatch front. hands off the helmet guard, and finally breaking through the front of the pack after the helmet pass. White team gets shut out. Number 72, Indecision, jamming for the world. The neon shorts of doom. Indecision trying to break through the center of the Wasatch tripod. Can't do it.
Heartbreaker breaks through, breaks apart, and becomes a little jammer.
Indecision trying to pass the star and is able to pass the star to her pivot. And Heartbreaker falling off the jam before Sam I Am can pick up any points for the white team. Furious George towing the line for the world.
1472, Paralyzer out there jamming for the blue team.
Furious George rolling left and right. Getting spun around, has to come back at the back of the pack. Looking for a line through, but getting caught up in a big wall of blue.
Paralyzer gets sent out on the inside.
Furious George sent out to the outside.
Paralyzer gets sent to the penalty box.
Furious George once again making a run at, takes the big shoulder. And that blocker getting sent directly to the penalty box. That was high sticking if I've ever seen it. Furious George going down to one knee. Furious George going down hard to the inside and calls off the jam.
Paralyzer tries past the helmet cover, but wasn't able to.
Sushi! Sushi! Sushi!
Sushi, name call. Sushi. Sushi.
Everything's been clarified with the scorekeepers. We're at 153-32. Midnight Terror leading the world. Just over 20 minutes left in the second period.
Apollo wearing the star for the Midnight Terror breaks through first. Blue jammer.
That looks like Orange Crush wearing the star, at least for now, for the world. Apollo breaking through the front of the pack, picking up 4 points. Orange Crush tiptoeing through the tulips around the outside.
Apollo gets sent out and way back. Apollo finds a way through that wall of white and breaks through 4 points for Apollo. He starts another scoring run.
And we had a successful helmet cover pass to Sam I Am, breaking through for the white team just as Apollo calls off the jam. Slam I Am, excuse me. Once again, number 807, Hell's Bell, wearing the star for the white team.
Looks like a bit. Number 54, Sammy for the Midnight Terror. It makes through first. Lead jammer, fifth for the Midnight Terror.
Hell's Bell breaking through.
Bip doing some jazz hands out there and calls off the jam.
That was a nice spin and pirouette through on the inside for Bip, picking up 4 points for the Midnight Terror.
Number 569, Twix Maps, making the star for the Midnight Terror.
Number 72, Indecision, wearing the star for the white team. Indecision running into a wall of blue up at the front of the pack. She's throwing the hips left and right, trying to break through, not finding a path.
Oh, Beauty Queen giving Smacks the assist there. Smacks break through first. Lead jammer, Smacks for the Midnight Terror.
In the meantime, Indecision caught up in the middle of the pack, not where you want to be as a jammer. Indecision has no place to go. Indecision sent way to the back of the pack.
Smacks gets an assist and busts through. 4 points for the Midnight Terror. Breaks through for another 4 points and calls off the jam. Nothing for the world. Looks like number 22 off the rails, jamming for the Midnight Terror.
Furious George, number 2324, jamming for the world. I know you can make more noise than that for Furious George. Come on. Furious George breaking through, picking up lead jammer for the world. One of their few lead jammers in this game. Furious George just taps right through on the inside, picks up 4 points for the world. Furious George getting knocked out way to the outside by Infinite Loop. And off the rails, getting a cutting the track penalty, going to the penalty box. That leaves Furious George as the only jammer on the track. And taking advantage, Furious George breaks through, picks up another 4 points for the world. 8 points so far this jam for Furious George. Furious George getting sent hard to the ground on the inside, calls off the jam from her knees. Picks up 3 more points. 2 points. 2 points picked up for the Midnight Terror. Number 807, Hell's Bell, going to be jamming for the white team. Blue jammer starting in the penalty box. And we have a timeout called by the Midnight Terror. Timeout.
get to check out the speeding llama. They're right outside of the Philippines. I got a delicious purple drink from them.
That's my favorite flavor. I love purple.
I know you do. I think our sponsor is the Beehive Speed Shop and the Five Pizzeria. Check out at Beehive Speed Shop, all one word, updates on inventory and skating events in the Salt Lake Valley, and then we'll have some excellent pie pizzeria. A Valley landmark since 1980.
Be sure to check out the vendors we have visiting with us today. Get yourself some nice derby-wear and other assorted things. Check out the vendors.
Looks like the 10 minutes is over. Breakfast is rolling already.
Hell's Bell off the line. Solo Jammer out there running into stiff resistance up at the front of the pack. And Hell's Bell pouring on the speed. Breaks through, picks up lead Jammer. In the meantime, Wasatch Jammer out of the box.
Off the rail, jamming to the Midnight Terror. Hell's Bell lead jammer.
Hell's Bell calls it off as she notices the Wasatch Jammer approaching the pack. Looks like 1 point picked up for each team. That jam. Orange Crush out there jamming for the world.
Number 454, Ultraviolet. Running the star for Midnight Terror. Jammer's off the line.
Orange Crush having a hard time finding a way through that wall of blue.
Ultraviolet looks like she's about to get into a fight with Bella Blue, but she breaks through first, leading Jammer.
Orange Crush finally breaking through. Putting up a hell of a fight.
On Ultraviolet calls off the jam. Orange Crush can score any points.
Numbers.
Taking the star for Midnight Terror, it's Apollo.
Toeing the line for the world. It's Indecision, number 72.
Apollo finds an immediate open on the outside, breaks through in seconds. Lead Jammer, he is going to lead Jammer. Apollo for the Midnight Terror.
Indecision just getting beat up by that tripod at the back of the pack. In the meantime, Apollo just straight through the pack like a knife through butter. 4 points for the Midnight Terror. And Apollo getting taken down by his own teammates.
With the fire. It doesn't stop him. He breaks through with another 4 points. Apollo. Ready for the sun god. He is the sun god. Apollo calls off the jam.
Every time Slam I Am gets that helmet cover, the jam gets called off. I think they're scared of you, Slam. Fury.
I turned it to Crowny. Double live lead at 33. Here's the star for Midnight Terror.
23-24, Furious George out there skating for the white team.
It's my turn to yell the funny words. Double Ivy breaks through first. Lead jammer, double Ivy.
Furious George finally getting past triple zeros up front. Just as Ivy breaks into the pack, calls off the jam from the middle of the pack. 2 points picked up for Ivy, nothing for Furious George.
Number 25, Knuckles, star for the Midnight Terror.
807 Hell's Bell jamming for the world. Knuckles breaking through the front of the pack in no time, picks up lead jammer status. And Hell's Bell not far behind her.
Dances right through.
4 points picked up for both teams. That pass through the pack. Hell's Bell sneaking through the inside, but goes down to her knees. Picks up 4 points on the way through anyway. Knuckles also 4 more points. We've got some old school speedy roller derby happening here.
Knuckles calls off the jam.
1 more point picked up for each team.
No, correction, 3 points.
11 points picked up for the Midnight Terror, 9 for the world on that last jam. Current score 208 to 53. Midnight Terror with a healthy lead.
It's still anybody's game, Johnny.
It could be anyone's game. You're right.
I could still win this game.
Lightning could still strike the arena.
Indeed.
Orange Crush looking for Lightning to strike so she can break through that wall of blue.
Heartbreaker up at the front. Tinkling with the wall. Hollow Cthulhu.
A wall of Cthulhu.
Wall of Cthulhu.
Wouldn't that be the Mountains of Madness?
Heartbreaker breaks through. Lead jammer, 444. Oh, Midnight Terror.
Orange Crush still trying to make the initial pass through the pack. Gets sent to the outside by Bip. She has to come back in way behind the pack.
Meanwhile, Heartbreaker gets the assist and breaks through.
Orange Crush just trying to brute force through this pack and gets sumo shoved out on the upper turn.
Heartbreaker once again dealing with the wall of white. Looking for the assist. And there she gets it.
Heartbreaker breaking through, picking up 4 points for Wasatch.
And Luke giving the assist up there and making that possible. Crush now through the pack. A little bit worn out after that last fight.
Heartbreaker calling off the jam. Just over 8 minutes left in this first game of this doubleheader. Stick around for our second game immediately following this one. Funny how that works.
It's almost like there's 2 halves. Number 89, Apollo. Early star for Midnight Terror.
Number 72, Indecision, skating for the white team. Indecision dealing with the big booty shoves left and right, left and right. Can't break her way into the pack.
Not much of a pack out there, and they have to let Apollo through. Lead jammer, Apollo.
Split pack being called. They have to let Apollo free. Apollo juking and jiving. Up on his toe stops, and Apollo through the front of the pack and cuts off the opposing jammer, picks up 4 points, and calls off the jam. Apollo with the big hit out there on indecision.
Number 254, Ultraviolet. Wearing the star, the Midnight Terror. Oh, it looks like we've got a timeout. Special timeout. They call this a zebra party.
Welcome to Mutual of Utah's Wild Kingdom. Today we are observing the greater North American wheeled zebra in its natural habitat.
Notice how they graze quietly in the center field.
If you listen carefully, you can occasionally hear their shrill whistling call.
Sometimes they wave their arms around in unusual formation as if signaling something important.
I think I believe it's a mating dance of some sort.
No one knows for sure.
No one knows. One thing we do know is very similar to camels, North American wheeled zebras actually have a fat deposit. You can see it around the center of many of them. And this deposit actually holds beer. It's amazing. They can hold an entire 24 case of beer.
Wow.
Like a camel.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the North American wheeled zebra. It's an amazing creature.
We're here all night. Except we actually are.
Tip your servers.
Official review. Official review. Don't forget to check out the Sakini Llama outside. They've got excellent reviews for it.
Give me some info. White team requested a review for a low block, and it was denied.
Don't forget to check out the next doubleheader on September 14th. Number 254, Ultraviolet wearing the star for the Midnight Terror.
Furious George out there jamming for the world. Furious George just plowing through the wall in front of her. Oh, getting sent way to the outside at the top of the key. Both jammers having a hard time breaking into this pack. Ultraviolet up on the toe stops, twinkle toes right through the center.
Very impressed with the lungs on the world team. Very loud.
Furious George getting a cutting the track penalty, going to the penalty box. Leaves Ultraviolet as the only jammer on the track at the moment. Ultraviolet trying to force. Ultraviolet getting sent out hard to the outside, has to come back in way behind the pack.
That Slam Vines that was doing that blocking. Keeping Ultraviolet out.
And Furious George back in the game and back through the inside.
Ultraviolet falls off the jam.
223 to 53. Midnight Terror with a healthy lead with 5 minutes left in the game.
Taking the star for the Midnight Terror, it's Apollo.
We've got Hell's Bell, number 807, skating for the world.
Jumpers off the line.
Apollo with a big hip on Hell's Bell. Hell's Bell calling off the jam. Apollo out for blood tonight.
Bishop number 37, wearing the star for the Midnight Terror.
Orange Crush number 23, jamming for the world. Orange Crush handily right through the inside, picks up lead jammer for the world.
Bishop starts on up in the pack. Finally breaking through.
Orange Crush getting sent out to the outside at the top of the key, calls off the jam as Fishhook approaches the pack. 1 point picked up for the white team. Number 72, Indecision. Skating for the white team.
Apollo wearing the star for the blue.
Indecision being held behind the jammer line. Apollo up at the front trying to break through. Slam I Am and 007 up front, holding Apollo back. Apollo finally breaks through, picks up lead jammer. Apollo. Apollo right through the middle of the pack like a hot knife through butter, picks up 4 more points and calls off the jam. 2:27 to 54, 2 minutes 30 seconds left in this game. Remember, stick around for the second game of our doubleheader. It's going to be Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood versus the Magic School Bus.
Number 25, Knuckles, jamming for the Midnight Terror.
Furious George, 2-3-2-4, jamming for the world.
Knuckles finds a hole on the outside, breaks through immediately, lead jammer for the Midnight Terror. It's Knuckles.
Furious George screaming around the track.
Knuckles finding just a big hand of Wasatch.
Furious George dealing with some big booty blocks at the back there. Infinite Loop not wanting to let Furious George through. Fishhook. Infinite Loop holding Furious George back, but Furious George steps through the inside. Picks up 4 points for the white team.
Through and calls off the jam.
4 points for Knuckles as well.
Double high beat, number 93, wearing the star for Midnight Terror.
That's Hell's Bell, number 807, wearing the star for the world.
Jeffers off the line.
Hell's Bell looking for some help from Slam I Am.
Double high beat, finds a hole on the inside, breaks through lead jammer for Midnight Terror.
Slam I Am finally bringing Hell's Bell that help, and Hell's Bell breaking through.
Heavy comes off the jam. 3 points for each team.
Orange
Again, jamming for the Midnight Terror. It's Apollo number 89.
Orange Crush out there jamming for the white team. And we have a scoring clarification requested from the scoring bench. Remember to check out the Speedy Llama out in the parking lot in between the first bout and the second bout. They've got some delicious Peruvian-inspired food out there. Well, that would be pretty inspired by Peruvian food, wouldn't it?
welcome. Yeah, that happens in games like these.
Yeah. I can't hear a lot.
That's all right. It's hard to hear here, but I'll talk to you.
Okay. You just work. I'll just watch.
Just. All right, welcome to game 2 of our Derby doubleheader. We're going to get started here in just a few minutes. Well, not exact. It's not an exact science. We don't even have these people here. So once all the nice. 72. Really? Can I? They got a little messed up. I'll do rollout and then give it to you.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
just
going
need
to
to
work?
update the computer real quick,
Okay.
so it'll take me like just like 30 seconds.
Okay, here, do black first
Okay.
and then we'll swap. Yeah, just a quick introduction. Are we good to do that? Okay, cool. I'm going to let her start the other team, get in the roster, and then I'm going to go. All right, once that skater gets back, I'll do the rollout for the red team. You go back to Salt City, huh? Wow. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. Yeah. All right, I'm going to do this rollout, and then I'll give it back to you. I was just waiting for that skater to get back. All right, let's introduce you to the red team, Mr. Rogers Neighborhood. Starting. What's down? Okay, is this better? I can barely hear myself. Okay, number 00, Roadkill. Number 1028, Roller Bear. Is this, they had me turn, I turned down too low. Number 22, Off the Rails. 2324, Furious George. Number 4, Phoenix. Number 51, Clash. 569, Smacks. Number 80, Infinite Loop. Team Captain 89, Apollo. Number 36, Carl of Cthulhu. 007, Dop. And somebody didn't think we heard their name, 00, Roadkill. And 1028, Roller Bear. All right, and our skaters in black, starting it off with 000, Booty Queen. 1039 Lavender Menace. 1354 Razzmatazz. Number 23 Orange Crush. Number 25 Knuckles. Number 47 Bridget. Number 50 Slam I Am. Number 73 Joysticks. Number 781 Speed Bump. Number 93 Devil's Ivy. 37 Fishhook. And last but not least, number 72 Indecision. Give a big round of applause to all of our skaters here in our second game. All right, here we go. First jam of the night in our second bout in our doubleheader. Drawing first blood, Magic School Bus Bridget is your lead jammer. After getting through the pack quick on that initial pass, Bridget taking a hard hit from the Mr. Rogers neighborhood team and having to cycle back. Able to get through and pick up 4 points before calling it off. Magic School Bus getting points on the board in the first jam.
It's helpful because I wouldn't have understood what you were saying.
Yeah.
First game. Yeah. And you couldn't have explained it to me.
No, not real time. Roller Bear going up against Knuckles. Mr. Rogers neighborhood coming out strong here in the second half. Roller Bear is your lead jammer. Many skaters here are skating in their second game of the night. So make sure you give them some love. These skaters are all amazing athletes. Skating in just one derby game is hard enough, let alone two. And of course our referees and officials that have done both games to make this happen for the skaters. We've got Furious George against Orange Crush. Some tough defense there. Both jammers jockeying for position. It's going to be Furious George out first. Bridget coming in for a big hit, but Furious George able to get through quick enough and get that lead jammer status. We'll see what points are on the board here as it's called off. Now, if you can't get enough of this roller derby action, make sure you mark your calendars for September 14th, the Beehive Skate Revolution doubleheader. We have an official timeout. This official timeout is brought to you by our Bout charity partner, Cheer Salt Lake. They are the only adult charitable cheerleading team in Salt Lake. As a proud founding member of the Pride Cheerleading Association, Cheer Salt Lake raises funds for those in need while building the spirit of the community. Thank you, Cheer Salt Lake, for coming out. All right, after a chaotic second Infinite Loop showing you what a jam start looks like before the actual jam start. Now, after a chaotic third jam, we are at jam number 4, Infinite Loop in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood in a power jam. And Infinite Loop making the most of that and has picked up lead jammer status early in the jam. Infinite Loop with 4 points on the board already for Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. It is a 7-4 point game right now. Magic School Bus going to try to slow Infinite Loop down until their jammer can get out of the box, which she is, and engaging the pack here at turn 4. Orange Crush now out jamming for Magic School Bus. Three more points for Mr. Rogers' neighborhood gets them to double digits, 10-4 with 25 minutes to go. It'll be Roller Bear and Devil's Ivy. Wow, Devil's Ivy through the inside. Picks up lead jammer status. Roller Bear through the pack as well. Both jammers on their scoring run. Amazing offense from both jammers. Quickly able to get through and start their initial pass. Roller Bear forcing Devil's Ivy to call it off before any points could get scored. It's still 10-4. Apollo picking up lead jammer status for Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Wow. Able to stay inside. Apollo with some fancy footwork. Looks like that was a hit from Bridget, almost knocking Apollo out, but able to stay in and keep going. And all smiles as Apollo picks up 3 more points for Mr. Rogers' neighborhood that jam and calls it off. A 7-point jam for Apollo and Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Magic School Bus came out swinging and started the game strong. First jam, gained lead jammer and gained their 4 points. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is taking control of the game since then, but it's still early on here. We'll see if Magic School Bus can get that momentum back. Infinite Loop now against Orange Crush. Infinite Loop picking up lead jammer status for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Orange Crush taking a big hit to the inside and then mixing it up with off the rails, but able to get back out on the track now and on the scoring run for Magic School Bus. We want to thank our sponsor, Beehive Skate Shop, Salt Lake City's inline, derby, and quad skate shop. Follow them at Beehive Skate Shop for updates on inventory and skating events in the Salt Lake Valley.
What was that feature called? Do you remember? Fast Llama? You don't remember? You didn't even look. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Speedy Llama. That was close. It's Furious George against Bridget. Speed bump being a actual speed bump there and slowing down the jammer, but we have Furious George through, picking up lead jammer status again for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood team. Bridget getting through the pack and putting on the afterburners to get back in there, but that was all it needed for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood to call off that jam after another 4 points. It is anarchy on the track there as Fruit Smacks is jamming for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Knuckles for the Magic School Bus. They are shoulder to shoulder there coming out of the pack, but it looks like it is Fruit Smacks for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood who's able to pick up lead jammer status. And as Knuckles got in front, that was all they needed, and the jam was called off before either jammer could get back into the pack. Still 20 minutes to go in the first half.
I forgot I was going to buy throat lozenges at the gas station because I really pushed my voice out. I need to learn. I need to talk better for my. Yeah. I know. I was babysitting.
Apollo now going up against Devil's Ivy. Apollo already skated in a full game, and picked up the MVP jammer in that first game. Now we're seeing a little bit of jammer on jammer violence as Apollo mixing it up with Devil's Ivy. Devil's Ivy calling it off, able to keep before Apollo could get into the pack and put up any more points for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. All right, a timeout now being called by the Magic School Bus. Not really. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
It's just, so that'll just show, it's actually where that black dot is. That's how you know which team it is.
Thank you all for coming out to this double header of Derby action. Want to thank you fans. Without you fans, this couldn't be possible. Also want to thank all the amazing volunteers that make this happen. Photographers, of course, our EMTs, the skaters that are staffing, the ticket and the concession stand. It takes an army of volunteers to make this game happen, but the games are only worth it when the fans come out and make some noise. So thank you, fans, for coming out and supporting our skaters here. Remember, they do this out of the goodness of their heart. They pay their own way for dues and insurance and gear. The only pay they receive is the love and adoration of the crowd. So if you want to see higher points and faster jams and harder hits, you have to make some noise for these skaters, as many of them have already skated a full game. Furious George picking up lead jammer status for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Indecision out there on the track for Magic School Bus. And as Indecision gets towards the pack, there is no indecision on the part of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and the jam is called off. Orange Crush going up against Roller Bear. We're going to see if Orange Crush can make some magic happen here for the Magic School Bus. It is a pile up there on the straightaway. Penalties being assessed. Still no points up on the board. Skaters trying to slice and dice their way through the pack. Wow, what an amazing jam. So Magic School Bus was able to pass the star. Knuckles became the jammer, picked up 4 points, but because with a star pass you can't get lead jammer, Roller Bear was able to pick up lead jammer status for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and called off the jam. Great skating there for Magic School Bus, getting 4 more points up on the board, and great strategy for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Knuckles calling off that jam. Bridget now and Infinite Loop jamming. Bridget in black, Infinite Loop in red. Infinite Loop has been a powerhouse this game so far, putting up many of Mr. Rogers' 27 points. But here we have it. Bridget is the lead jammer, but the red team, we've seen Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood not being very neighborly when they don't get lead jammer status, has seen a lot of jammer on jammer action. Bridget goes for an apex jump and calls it off, landing in a split. I'm going to go ahead and award an L. Ryan Hubbard style point to Bridget for that amazing apex jump. Oh, but the jam is still going. There was whistle blowing, but it was a penalty. And even though it was an amazing skate, Bridget now in a penalty in the penalty box gives Infinite Loop a power jam. 8 points already on the board for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Magic School Bus lining up, not letting Infinite Loop through. Oh, a big hit from Booty Queen as Infinite Loop was almost through. Infinite Loop's going to have to cycle back. That was some amazing defense from that triangle formation of the Magic School Bus. Miss Frizzle would be very happy with the teamwork that they're showing.
Miss Frizzle's the teacher. School bus.
And even worse than Poison Ivy, Devil's Ivy now jamming for Magic School Bus, going up against Apollo, jamming for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And a timeout now called by the Magic School Bus. Man, what a game so far. We want to, again, thank all of our volunteers and, of course, our sponsor, The Pie Pizzeria, a Valley landmark since 1980, continues to reign atop the best pizza list because of the business philosophy that consistency, quality, equitable pricing, and great service are the keys to success. Thank you, The Pie Pizzeria, for your support. Timeouts are a great time to help get the team, re-engage the team, go over some strategy, try to change that momentum. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood had a 12-point jam that last go-around, able to take advantage of a double penalty on Magic School Bus Jammer. We'll see here if Devil's Ivy can help get the momentum here going again for Magic School Bus. A quick start from both jammers. Devil's Ivy cycled through the inside of the pack, has to cycle back after Apollo able to quickly get through, then pick up lead jammer status for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Great skating there from Devil's Ivy, getting 2 more points up on the board for the Magic School Bus. Number 25, Knuckles, jamming for the Magic School Bus. Don't be confused by the Knuckles you know from the Sonic video games. Knuckles actually in black here today. And Knuckles is your lead jammer, making it happen here for the Magic School Bus. Roller Bear still engaging with the pack, having to try to get past Booty Queen, which is not an easy task, but Booty Queen sent to the penalty box. Possibly a forearm. I didn't see the call. Knuckles, first to draw blood this jam. 4 more points for the Magic School Bus. Roller Bear keeps rolling, and has got through to start scoring run for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Infinite Loop jamming again for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. A clutch jammer. Going to see if Infinite Loop can help get that momentum back from Magic School Bus. They have had a pretty good run recently, getting themselves all the way up to 18 points. There's still plenty of time back. Infinite Loop takes a big cycle back. And now in a power jam, Orange Crush sent to the power box. This is going to be a big opportunity for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood to continue to pick up that lead, but Booty Queen now back out on the track. We remember Booty Queen from that big hit at here turn 4 a couple jams ago. Magic School Bus in some penalty trouble, but we do have Orange Crush back out on the track. Now we're getting to see Apollo as a blocker trying to get Orange Crush contained. Infinite Loop out of the pack and picking up 4 points for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. But some great defense from the Magic School Bus helped really minimize the damage that can be done in a power jam, as Off the Rails takes Orange Crush way, way back to cycle through. Just one blocker left in the penalty box. It has been a carousel there in the penalty box this jam. Jam time ends. We'll see if there's any last points to put up on the board. Another 4 points for Infinite Loop and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. 12 points for them that jam, as we are just to 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Furious George and Indecision now. Indecision just blowing through that pack, and is lead jammer. Great communication there from the bench. Indecision getting the call to call it off, able to pick up 4 points and shut out Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood on that jam, getting Magic School Bus up to 22 points. Here we go. Jam number 18, Apollo for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Knuckles for the Magic School Bus. Here we go. Knuckles making it happen again for Magic School Bus. 2 for 2. We're almost on a running riot for Magic School Bus. Wow. Great skating there from Knuckles. Almost through, but we had Roller Bear holding the line, holding the door on the outside, not letting Knuckles through, slowing Knuckles down, helping Apollo get caught back up. And we see some trademark Apollo jammer on jammer defense. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood dialed in their defense here this last go around, and slowing Knuckles down as Apollo gets through for 4 points. Knuckles clawing the way through the pack, picking up 8 points that jam, getting Magic School Bus all the way up to 30, and able to contain Apollo to just 4 points as we get to just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Devil's Ivy jamming again for Magic School Bus. Ivy helped change that momentum for Magic School Bus, but it's Carl of Cthulhu summoning the Elder Gods from another dimension and able to pick up lead jammer status. And as Devil's Ivy passes Carl, the jam is going to get called off before any points can get scored that round. We also want to thank Speedy Llama, the delicious food truck. They are out front and providing amazing hot eats for you guys. And the beef sandwich, I can speak from personal experience, is delicious. So make sure you check that out. We want to thank them for coming out and making sure we can all have some food here. So go please check them out. Again, I want to thank our officials here, skating and non-skating. Roller Derby cannot happen without them. Our amazing paramedics here to make sure in case there's any injuries. The roller derby is a full contact sport, and just like in sports, injuries can happen. And that's why we have paramedics here to make sure any skaters get the care that they need. Orange Crush up against Roller Bear with just under 6 minutes to go. Just a 28-point game. Speed Bump trying to slow Roller Bear down. And some great defense there. They're able to get a cut track penalty called on Roller Bear. That's going to give Orange Crush a much-needed power jam for the Magic School Bus. We'll see if they can go the express route with no stops and get some points up here on the board for Magic School Bus. And lead jammer status for Orange Crush. Oh, wow. Orange Crush able to stay in off the rails, trying to take Orange Crush off the track, but some amazing skate work there from Orange Crush, getting up those toe stops and staying in and picking and awarded 4 points for their efforts, getting the Magic School Bus up to 34 points. Roller Bear back out on the track, but has to go up against Booty Queen, who has been a force to be reckoned with. And living up to the name Booty Queen, making Roller Bear cycle way back. Booty Queen taking Roller Bear back to the beginning. With some amazingly tough defense there from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, they were able to keep the Magic School Bus jammered to just 4 points that last go-around, but we have an official timeout, which is brought to you by our Bout charity partner, Cheer Salt Lake, the only adult charitable cheerleading team in Salt Lake City. As a proud founding member of the Pride Cheerleading Association, Cheer Salt Lake raises funds for those in need while building the spirit of the community. Thank you, Cheer Salt Lake, for all you do. Thank you, Wasatch, for supporting this amazing organization. Official review is called with 4 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Game score stands at Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood 58, Magic School Bus 34. 4 points scored that jam for the Magic School Bus. Make sure you mark your calendars for September 14th. Graduates of Salt Lake Roller Derby's Crash Course Roller Derby 102 program. They've waited an eternity for this night.
They did an official review, so they were trying to force some penalty, like say a penalty should have been called or shouldn't have been called, but the referees agreed with the initial decision. So if they agree, you retain it. If they disagree,
All right, Bridget making it happen for the Magic School Bus. Everything as it was before the official review. Nothing changed. But we do have Bridget out there now on the track. And Bridget is your lead jammer, has picked up 4 points for the Magic School Bus. We are just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Clash able to slow Bridget down. But Bridget gets through on the inside, picks up 4 more points as Furious George through the pack as well. An 8-point jam for Magic School Bus. It is just a 16-point game as the Magic School Bus has clawed their way back. Bridget not showing any signs of slowing down. 12 points for Magic School Bus, their biggest jam of the night. Oh, did I say 12? Because I meant 16. And it is now, it was just a single-digit game. But Furious George has picked up 4 points for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It is a 12-point game. Furious George putting it all out on the track. A tap from the black team sends Furious George sliding out as Bridget able to pick up another 4 points for the Magic School Bus. 24 points for Bridget. Bridget has got to be stoked about this jam, almost doubling the amount of points in a single jam, doing it not even in a power jam. Wow, what an amazing jam that was. There's some last second points here coming in. I'm going to have to send the totals of that jam to NASA, but right now it looks like it is 27 points awarded to bridge it from that jam, making it just a 5-point game. Devil's Ivy going up against Apollo. We'll see if Devil's Ivy can keep this momentum going or if Apollo can wrest control back from Magic School Bus. Devil's Ivy through fast, but Apollo close. Catching up close. Devil's Ivy reads the tea leaves and knows to call it off. No point scored that jam. Still 66-61 with just over a minute to go. Carl of Cthulhu almost through. But a big hit there from Fishhook, slowing Carl of Cthulhu down, helps Indecision get through. There's no indecision about it. Indecision is your lead jammer. We may see a lead change here in the closing moments of the first half, ladies and gentlemen and gentle them. Indecision with a big hit from Roller Bear. We'll see if any points were awarded. That was some great track awareness from Indecision, taking that big hit and getting 3 points as the jam is called off. It is just a 2-point game, Derby fans, as we go into halftime. The Magic School Bus has to be happy with the closing few minutes of that last jam. Stay tuned for the second half when we separate the wheat from the chaff.
Hey, like that one? That's an original. People are like, what?
Wow, amazing skate. get here into the second half. Remember, these skaters do this all for free. Their only payment is the love and cheer of the crowd. So make sure you're scoring jams. You need to give the skaters some love. All right, Apollo with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Devil's Ivy for the Magic School Bus. Apollo says enough is enough of the Magic School Bus's comeback. And Apollo has picked up lead jammer status. Apollo picking up 4 points, drawing first blood in the second half of the second game of the roller derby doubleheader. There was a star pass attempt from Devil's Ivy to Slam I Am, but it was not a legal star pass, so Devil's Ivy is still the jammer. And that gave Apollo the opportunity to pick up another 4 points for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Great toe stop work there from Devil's Ivy, just hip hopping across that turn 4 back to the straightaway. There it is. Devil's Ivy seizes the gap, sees an opportunity, goes for it, able to get through to start scoring run for Magic School Bus. Apollo's picked up 12 points for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood as the jam is called off. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Apollo starting that jam strong. Starting this half strong with an amazing jam. 15 points for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Furious George going up against Knuckles. Knuckles picks up lead jammer status for Magic School Bus. Whoa, goes through backwards. Great skating there from Knuckles. 4 points for Magic School Bus. Furious George almost through, but getting slowed down by the booty queen herself. Fierce George now mixing it up in the pack. Knuckles picked up 8 points for Magic School Bus, making it just a 9-point game. Fierce George, one of the jammers from our first game of this doubleheader, just putting it all out on the track. Knuckles has picked up 16 points. It is just a 1-point game. 81-80. $20 points for Knuckles, and we have a lead change. Magic School Bus up by 3 points, 81-84. Time running out on the jam. A cut track called on Smacks at the end is going to give Orange Crusher a power start, a 24-point jam for the Magic School Bus in getting them up to 88 points. Orange Crusher, the only jammer out there, pack off to a quick start. Wow. Just managing to stay in on the outside. Orange Crusher picking up lead jammer status pretty quickly in a power jam. This is going to be another opportunity for Magic School Bus to increase their lead. What a comeback this has been for Magic School Bus. Carl of Cthulhu and Roadkill trying to slow Orange Crush down, but Orange Crush able to pick up 4 points as the Magic School Bus is approaching the century mark. Oh, a heartbreaking cut track penalty called on Orange Crush. Going to give Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Fruit Smacks an opportunity to cut into the lead. Now, because Orange Crush was the lead jammer and got sent to the penalty box, Orange Crush loses lead jammer status, meaning the jam's going to go the full 2 minutes, which is exhausting for skaters, but also the unsung heroes of 2-minute jams, the announcers. Defensive heavy second half of the jam, slowing both jammers down. But 7 points for Magic School Bus gets them to 95. Just 5 points away from that century mark. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood at 81. As they send Roller Bear out for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, number 72, indecision jamming for Magic School Bus. Oh, Roller Bear tries to get through the inside, but speed bump slowing them down. And keeping Roller Bear back at the jammer line as indecision gets through and picks up lead jammer status for the Magic School Bus. Wow, Magic School Bus filling up the bench in the penalty box. Just 2 blockers out there as Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood at full strength. That's a beautiful day in the neighborhood for Roller Bear and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood as Roller Bear able to put some points up on the board. Just making it a 10-point game. booty queen has just been a force to be reckoned with out there on the track as Roller Bear struggles to get past. Penalty box clears out as the skaters all get back out on the track. But a case of Jammer C, Jammer Do gives Roller Bear a cut track penalty. Indecision now back out on the track, just 1 point away from the century mark. And that is it. Magic School Bus through that glass ceiling, triple digits, 103. Eight points for 11 points for the Magic School Bus. One of the fun things about roller derby announcing is it's like playing two truths and a lie. So about 2 things of every 3 things I say are factually correct. But after that 11 points, Magic School Bus is at 106. 7 points on that last gem gets Mr. Rogers to 88. It's Roller Bear now on the track again, coming out of the penalty box, going up against Bridget, jamming for Magic School Bus. Hippity hop, Bridget gets her, picks up lead jammer status. Bridget picked up 4 points. What a game this has been, everybody. Magic School Bus, the underdogs early in the first half, came quad and fought and scratched their way back to just 2 points at the end of the first half. Now they are on top by 26 points. As Bridget continues. Oh, almost an apex jump, but some amazing defense from Roadkills. Going to make Bridget have to cycle back. Well, a star pass on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood gets Carl of Cthulhu as the jammer. Anarchy there at the end of the jam. Skaters piling up. Toe stops going all over. Points and penalties. But at the end of the jam, 12 more points for the Magic School Bus. 118 to 88 with 8 minutes to go. Each team gets an official review each half. Black team used theirs in the first half and did not retain it. They're going to go again for it here in the second half. Official review is called with 8 minutes, 1 second on the clock. 88 points for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, 118 for the Magic School Bus. This official review is brought to you by our sponsor, Beehive Skate Shop, Salt Lake City's inline, derby, and quad skate shop. Follow them at Beehive Skate Shop for updates on inventory and skating events in the Salt Lake Valley. Thank you, Beehive Skate Shop, for your support.
So if it's a timeout, they just point to the team, and this means it's an official review or official timeout.
Oh, okay.
So it's just, I don't know why they have to do it the whole time, but they do.
So everyone knows.
Yeah.
I want to go dance with him. Oh, bump his junk. Wow, that changed big time. Score? Shit.
All right, Magic School Bus tried to use their official review to get the jammer out of the box, but everything is as it was. Under 8 minutes to go, 118 to 88. Infinite Loop jamming for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Bridget jamming for the Magic School Bus. See if Infinite Loop here can cut into this lead. They controlled the first 90% of the game just until the last two jams. Magic School Bus found their footing, started a comeback, and have kept going until they have amassed a pretty good lead. But now Bridget look like back into the penalty box, going to give Infinite Loop more of a power jam, and Infinite Loop has picked up 4 points for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Infinite Loop gets past the last line of defense as Booty Queen tries to slow Infinite Loop down. 8 points already for Infinite Loop. And we are under 7 minutes to go in the game. Bridget, well rested after some time in the penalty box, can make it a dangerous situation here for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood as Bridget quickly gets through that pack. Infinite Loop knows what to do and calls off the jam. A 12-point jam for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood gets them to the century mark. Both teams at triple digits, 100 to 118.
It's not my first rodeo. She couldn't decide on names, so it was originally like cookie cutter, like cookie cutter. But you would register Jordy names, and someone had that, so she just went to cookie.
Knuckles is your lead jammer for Magic School Bus. It has been a fantastic voyage here for the Magic School Bus. 4 points are on the board, a 22-point game, 5.5 minutes on the clock.
But cookie cut, where it was like play on escape I thought of it, so yeah.
Knuckles, 8 more points up on the board. Furious George on a scoring run for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Fish Hook with a big block, slowing Furious George down, giving Knuckles another opportunity to get through the pack. 12 points for Knuckles. 2 points able to sneak in there for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. A 16-point jam for Magic School Bus. Just over 4 minutes to go. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood not messing around anymore, sending Apollo to jam. Going up against Orange Crush, who's jamming for Magic School Bus. Apollo, the god of lead jammers, picked up lead jammer status yet again for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Apollo with 4 points as Orange Crush encounters some stiff resistance at turn 1. Penalty called on Carl of Cthulhu, thinning out that pack, see if it can help Orange Crush out. Apollo's already picked up 8 points for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Booty Queen jamming for the first time. We've seen some clutch blocks coming from Booty Queen. Now an opportunity to jam. Apollo's going to make the most of that jam and try to just skate for each point. We'll see what the final jam was. After the last jam, the last lap, 14 points for Apollo, 3 points for Booty Queen, 116-137, and we are about at the 2-minute warning as Infinite Loop goes up against Indecision. Penalty box was empty for a brief second, but we've got a do-si-do of Carl of Cthulhu for another blocker, and speed bump goes into the penalty box. Indecision's picked up lead jammer status. It's 116-137. Just 5 seconds between game clock and jam time. Indecision lead jammer has picked up 4 points. Gets a signal from the referee and calls it off. That Infinite Loop was about to get into the pack. We are at 1 minute left. Here we go. Devil's Ivy and Roller Bear in what may be our last jam. Oh, Apollo with a clutch block. Cycling Devil's Ivy back. But Bridget cycles Roller Bear back as both jammers jockey for position. And we are just living on a prayer now.
See, she should call it. Because game time's over. If it wasn't, she could get a penalty and the jam would go the whole time. And then you could have a power jam. The whole thing.
All right, we're going to make sure everything was clean and the game was all over, but what a game that was. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. What a game that was. Magic School Bus coming back. Now, everybody, you can come out to the tape line and get some high fives from these skaters. Many of them skated 2 games, and this is their reward, is some high fives. Thank you, referees. Thank you, officials. Congratulations, Magic School Bus. Come back here September 14th for the Beehive Skate Revolution doubleheader. Thank you, sponsors. Thank you, Speedy Llama, and thank you, Cheer Salt Lake.